Hello everyone and welcome back to the Yukir tribe, which has suddenly exploded in population. Look at all of this. Oh my goodness. Somehow I had forgotten that we had this many babies last time, but we definitely are overflowing with children. Look at this, and there's so many armored-bodied, hammer-tailed babies. I'm so proud and so relieved. Do you remember how many generations it's been? How hard it has been to secure these precious prehistoric genes deep within our family tree? It has been a struggle and a half to get here, I tell you guys what, but I'm really glad that we're here. Very glad to see that Lana is quite happy having many beautiful babies that are starting to pass down that lovely panda patterning. Very happy to welcome Riri, who many of you guys are absolutely laughing over. She's just totally perplexed at how none of these creatures have an ounce of fear within them, and also very excited that past this dangerous bird, the only thing our children really have to fear, we are about to have our adventurous Roku leap across this waterfall and crash into this iceberg. We're gonna shatter that thing open and we are gonna see what kind of genes are hiding in there. I am so thrilled, so excited. This is finally happening. And we're also going to let the tribe start dispersing. They're going to start spreading around because once the babies are big enough not to be pecked off by a bird, why would they stick around? They could wander wherever they want to and nothing bad is going to happen to them. The only reason that we have to leave a beer here is because he's keeping an eye on little Rovanu, who actually needs a new name. So let me pull up my niche name list. It is a huge list of names that you guys have provided me, and if you guys want to leave behind more names, you know the drill by now. Just leave them in the comment section. If you leave them one line per name, it really helps me to just copy paste super quickly. And we have a gigantic list. There's several hundred names on this list. It's so much fun. All right, so let's see. I'm going to name this little one Jacos. I like that name. So come here, little Jacos. Where'd you go? It's kind of hard to tell in this crowd. There we go. All right, good. So we have some of them named properly. I think we've got, whoa, Duke Rovan. That's right. You were born with gills and he has got like a white mane. Seriously? That's so cool. That's so cool. Duke Rovan, get out here and show off how awesome you are. Who are your parents again? We need to give you a unique name. I totally forgot how there was just this pile of babies that we needed to deal with. All right, we're gonna name him Yamenka. I like that name. All right, because there's just so many. Yamenka. There we go. Yam, little Yam for short. And let's see, Lice, you need a new name. Oh my gosh, we have too many babies. This is amazing. Halaya, that's a beautiful name. Lice, come back. All right, so Halaya, I feel like everybody would start just, like everyone has a baby. You know when you go to a family reunion sometimes, or at least in my family reunions, because everyone have babies, like has tons and tons of babies, oh my gosh. But you know when you go and then suddenly you're just like holding a baby, you don't even know which baby it is, you just know that it's somewhat related to you, and you take care of it and kind of wander around with it. That's kind of where the tribe's at right now. But all right, we're gonna watch the birth of several more babies, and then we're gonna see, finally, Roku cracking open that iceberg. So we've got tons of babies we need to name. But let's go ahead and just welcome them into the family. Riri, why? I feel so bad for Riri. Like, even these little teenagers right here don't have to worry about this predator, and poor Riri is just like, she can't get a break. She's just being chased left and right by the predators. That's kind of hilarious. But all right, let's review the babies born really quickly. We have a female named Comey. She actually looks like Black Rose, doesn't she? She's going to be Black Rose the Third. So we're going to give her that name. In fact, I feel like Black Rosie, there we go. Because I like doing that, like changing their name just slightly to honor their ancient ancestor, more so than keeping the name and then adding like the third, the 16th. Maybe we'll do that in the future. But she definitely looks like Black Rose to me. I think her father is actually Zan, who's over here. Pretty sure. All right, Black Rosie, hang on. Oh, look at this family tree. It's just exploded. Black Rosie, Sure enough. No, your father is Abir, I think. Okay, Abir, you've fathered many children. Interesting. And then we have little Syra, who does have runner's leg. Very useful for us. Also, check out some of the fertility on these guys. Those ones not so great. But we do have quite a few high fertility bits and bobs going through the area, so that's good. And we're going to name you Reina. I like that name. So we're going to go... there we go. So there's Reina. All right, where's the babies? Look at you, you handsome young one. I really like this little guy. All right, we're gonna name him. In fact, I like all of them. Taida. I like that name. I like all the names too. There we go. Oh my gosh, do we have another baby? We have another baby up here. There's so many babies, and to think we were so worried about losing these things a while back. All right, we're gonna name you Tiger. Like that. We'll say he's a little bit of a saucy, like growly guy, and we've got lots of children, so we'll deal with all of that in just a moment. And Riri, you can go ahead and deal with like the approaching. Oh, Riri, how are you so old? Oh, it was turned on the snow and it looked like Riri had 1 day left of life, and I was so sad for her. That's hilarious. But look, no, she's got lots of life left. All right. So I think she would kind of attack the carnivore out of fear, like, ah, and then she'd run for it like this. And I think that the babies would be like, what is it? And they'd be like, hey, she was poking it. Can I poke it too? Because they can't be hurt by the carnivore. And Lily's going to want to know what her brothers are up to, but be distracted by the absolutely delicious berries. And then I feel like Abir would be like, oh, kids, you stop this. You know, this could cause some trouble. And then Sumi might want to see what's going on. I mean, I really feel like as soon as they're old enough, and Zune might want to figure out what's going on. Ooh, he found a permanent nest. As soon as they're big enough, I really feel like these kids are just going to start hoofing it and like leaving the nest. All right, Kissa, you can go ahead and clear away some things. And then Koana, you can scoot over, but we need to keep the babies in a safe radius. We're trying to keep at least one female per baby. And Endogorius, maybe he's going to wander this way. I kind of feel like he'd wonder what all that noise was about, but he'd probably wander over here. And then we'll get Emmy. She's going to wander over here. Our babies just wouldn't have any fear. I think Lacuna wants to eat some nuts, though, so we'll let her stay here for just a second. All right, can we get those nuts? I need somebody to eat those nuts. Oh my gosh, there's so many babies. Hyla, here, you eat that nut. Thank you, Hyla. And Hyla can clear away some of the grass. And then she and Lacuna, let's see, Masila can focus on eating some of the delicious nuts that are falling down. And then Lana, who has been her best mate? So I know I need, oh my gosh, there's so many everybody's. We really don't need to keep having them have too many babies. But Lana, you have had little Emmy and Taida, who does have armored body, thankfully. And she's also had, let's see, she's been breeding with Amalaki. That'll work. All right, so we're gonna scooch her down here. Oh, where's Amalaki? Amalaki. All right, they're like Tomani and Amalaki are kind of competing for our beautiful panda creatures' attention. No, I guess she needs to breed with Zune. Lana, you actually have immunity E. You don't really match very well with any of the males around you. You know what? Let's not worry about breeding. Everybody, just give everyone some space. We've got plenty of babies right now. I feel like you guys are okay. So Nikki, why don't you step up here and you start collecting some grass? This family really is like a set of locusts once they get going. Masila's down here, but I feel like maybe Zon just can't help himself. He loves having children, so we'll go ahead and have another one. Koana will stay right here to protect everybody. Koana did have that unfortunate slip into the water when she was young and almost drowned. Whew, and now we can finally get away from all of that. And we're going to have Roku jump over here and carefully swim across the waterfall. Why are you still not close enough to open that? Okay, we got to make that happen. All right, anybody else need some help? Anybody else need to scooch around? Nope. We're just staying close enough to take care of all the babies. I think we may not breed the current set too much more. No, Abir! He just passed away of old age. It's so sad. So sad. Let's name this little one Abir. just in his honor. Wow, look at the health, guys. I'm so proud. We have cracker jaw, armored body, hammer tail. We have got like a double high fertility, D and K immunity, beautiful perfect eyes, no hemophilia. We are having stunningly healthy, beautiful children. This is fantastic. Wow. What's going on with this guy? Look at him. You're just so beautiful. Guys, look at Yaminka. He's amazing. He's got the underwater breathing ability. He's got the defense. He's got digging. He doesn't have a lot of strength. I don't think he has any collecting because he's a double digger paw. But I mean, look at him. He's really cool. Whoa. He's just really, really cool for his colors and his pattern and everything. And his eyes are different too. Just so fascinating. All right, well, let's go ahead and crack open this really awesome iceberg, because that's what we are really here for. Roku, with this, we shall release one of your ancestors. Finally, and possibly add in this prehistoric gene to our family tree. Please be something other than hammertail, armored body. I guess I could have mammoth foot, but we're really hoping. Flailing! I'm literally flailing! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, it's a new one! Guys, oh my gosh! Yaminka, you're really cool, but look at this guy! Oh my gosh, look at the horns! Having those horns gives him so much more attack. We have to get this into our family tree. What are we gonna name him? We're gonna name him Moose. I'm sorry, but his name is Moose. It is so obviously Moose. I can't even pretend it's going to be anything other than Moose. This is Moose. Welcome, Moose, to the family. Guys, I knew it was coming from seeing some screenshots, but I had no idea that we would finally snag it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Now we just need to like have mini moosely children here on this island, and then send forth his descendants to the next land to search out more of those prehistoric genes. I am tickled. I am absolutely tickled. Oh my gosh. All right. So now we need to get some of our lovely females over to Moose. I kind of feel like Kissa is almost too old. Okay, let's see. Got to get some of the babies out of the nest as well, so we might start cleaning up all of the nesting material behind us. These kids, Jakos and Izumi, are having fun poking the predator, but they are really not very strong. But the thing is, they don't have to be. And I think that they might blame the predator for, oh, what the heck? Something died over here, and Zune is just gonna like eat its meat, and he's like, hey, I found a whole bunch of meat that was just sitting there. How much was that? Did the predator kill something? What was that meat even from? Zune just stumbled on it. And then over here, Lily is just busy like eating some berries and watching her brothers poke this big giant creature. This is kind of amazing. All right, and Andrea is going to come down and see what Lily is up to. And then we have little Reina, who can come over here to see what's going on with Koana. Koana can go ahead. I think she'd start taking apart the nest and digging up some roots just to kind of tidy the area up. Yaminka is so cool. So he's going to start exploring too. And I kind of feel like, all right, Riri, what are you going to do? I feel like Riri is just like, I just want to have a nice berry bush to eat at. That's all I wanted out of life. And she just keeps getting chased by predators. So we'll send her over there to look for a berry bush. All right, let's see. And Andragorius, with his amazing name, can come down there and eat, and we may start looking for some of our healthiest females to send over as a potential possible mate to Moose. Oh, he's so cool. And actually, maybe Lana and Moose can have some babies. That would be really neat, actually. So I think I might send Lana up. She's ready to start exploring, and Nikki is still very young, too. Oh, Lana, can you get it? Almost. Come on, yes, all right. So we'll say Lana and Nikki have started to head across to do a little bit of hunting up by the top of the waterfall together. Do I have any of my other, because we have so many descendants I think we can pluck from our armored body and hammertail, no problem. Kissa, I think, would just stay here and kind of focus on clearing up after all of the nests that they've had scattered around. Masila, the same thing. I think that they would just kind of start tidying up after themselves. There we go. Except I feel like Masila and Zune... No, Zune's gonna pass away! Leave behind your your descendants, Zune. I think he would be like, look, we can make a beautiful new nest. I love Zune. Or Zon, and I'm gonna hopefully see some happy things happen with his son Zune. All right, and we just need to get some of our little girls up there. Where is Black Rosie? I feel like maybe Black Rosie. How's her stats? Not the best. Oh, and I guess I need to be checking the immunity on this guy. All right, B and F. So, D and K, D and E, Lana and Nikki would be quite attractive as mates possibly, and they have just taken out a rabbit. So I feel like Moose would be like, what's that delicious smell? And he would wander on across and then find himself, when approaching the food, in front of two very lovely ladies who are going to be quite impressed with his beautiful, beautiful horns. So I'm pretty excited about that. I wish there were more of the little ice blocks here on this island, because then we would be able to collect it, but that's okay. Roku, what should I have Roku do? I kind of want to let him rest in like a little hot springs for the rest of his life, but we'll send him over towards a hot springs, I think. Anything to smell or hear? There's a bunny nearby. Can you get it? Nope. All right, we'll probably let him rest in the hot springs and just hang out and swap stories with Moose. And I think Moose has a sassy swagger of a certain creature who knows that he is very unique, very, very unique in this world, and very handsome. So I think the ladies would be immediately taken with him because, I mean, look at those impressive ram horns. All right, or I should say antlers. All right, so let's see. Little tiger. Amalaki is about to pass away, unfortunately, but he can help clean up this area. And Tomomi is about to pass away too, but I think he'll stick over here, kind of keep an eye on the little ones. And then little Taida is getting ready to grow up, so he can scooch this way. And then Lanuka mostly just wants to stay here and gather up nuts. There we go. Her sister's the same way, gather up nuts and berries. Those two are more focused on food. And we can just let the family sprawl across the open plains now as the locusts that the Yukir so often have proven themselves to be. So we'll just let them spread out. But for the most part, we're going to start breeding with Moose and making sure we can have as many children born with those amazing ram horns as possible. Hopefully, the horns we have won't permanently just shove those down by being like more assertive, more dominant genes. We'll have to see. No, I think I just lost so many of everybody. I really should come up with some sort of peace garden idea. Maybe laying down in the snow. That's actually kind of romantic for the Yukir tribe. All right, let's have Masila jump into the permanent nest. She can have her child. The kids are still poking this predator. They just got a meal out of it. I guess there's that. And then Izumi. So yeah, they're just kind of wandering around at this point. Let's see. Yeah, I think the kids are just going to wander around. Koana, I don't think she needs to go ahead and mate with anyone. And I think Amalaki just passed away of old age. Koana doesn't really pair up. Let's see. Kissa doesn't pair up. Immunity H. Lacuna. Oh, Lacuna! You're old enough now to have some kids of your own. Maybe I'll send her up, because really that's what we're focusing on. So Lacuna, why don't you go ahead and nibble a couple berries? I really feel like she'd kind of want to stick around, but she's very pretty. So I'm going to send her up. I think she has some good genes. Not the best. Like, we could probably find better genes, if I'm totally honest, that would like have higher fertility than what Lacuna has. But she's got all of the things we're really trying to stick to. Armored body, cracker jaw. She's got normal hind legs, good eyesight, hammer tail. Hey, you have normal hind legs, don't you, Moose? I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he does. Wonderful. All right. Well, I think he'd go ahead and eat some food. Be quite impressed with what he found. And I think that Nikki would be quite... What? Nikki would be quite impressed. What do you mean? Moose, you better not be infertile. He just has very low fertility. All right. That seals the deal. Lana, you're... No. Come on. Moose! You cannot, you can't just flirt with my females. You are supposed to leave behind some of your genetic legacy. This is how this works, Moose. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to see how that turns out. All right. And then Roku, I'm going to go ahead and let him just kind of relax. Just kind of chill. He's discovered things. He unlocked a moose from the genetic ice flow, so he can just hang out in there. And I'm gonna send I really like Andragorius, and I'm gonna send him out to collect up some clamshells. That's what he's gonna do. All right, so I need to be picking some lovely females. Anari, why don't you and your sister go ahead and focus on gathering some yummy clamshells for a little while. Ooh, there's a lot of clamshells right here. But I need to be picking some of my best females to actually send up to Moose, who apparently has a harder time breeding than I realized. And Riri, what are you doing over here? I know I moved you over here looking for a berry bush. You're only going to attract predators. Riri is like predator bait, it seems. Let's see. And Kissa, she just wants to kind of relax, unwind. I think we'll go ahead, maybe let her jump down and curl up in the snow. That actually is a really cool idea to do with our elders, maybe in the future at the very least, or even when they become elders on this island, work their way towards a spot of snow where they can just kind of relax and let their bones blend into the whiteness of the snow. Very, very sad. Oh, don't want the baby to die. Don't leave the babies undefended, guys. Don't leave the babies undefended. All right, Taida, why don't you go off? We're going to let the kids just kind of wander off. They're all armored bodied. It's not like they're going to get up to anything. Reina, you've got fantastic fertility, my young one. So you're going to be jumping on up here as a future potential mate for Moose. And I think Tiger is going to be like growling at each blade of grass and taking apart each spot of grass as he searches for something that might be hiding in it. Rosie has really awesome double runner's legs, so we definitely want her to possibly have some babies. Not to mention G and K immunities are both pretty nifty to have. And Kawana, I think Kawana is going to retire from having babies, and she's going to come over and have her very own tree. There's enough space on this beautiful island for such things to happen. All right, and Hyla is just having a great time collecting up what she can. Little Abir, oh, he's too young, just like when Koina was a little one. And we have that picture of her trying to chew on the nuts when she was so tiny, but she couldn't break them open because she was a baby. Well, that's what little Abir with 2 R's is doing now. That's so sweet. All right, well, let's try this again, guys. We're going to go ahead and see what Zahn's last child with Masila looks like. Their son, Zune, is already grown up into adulthood. Hopefully, he'll have some healthy babies of his own. It's just Moose kind of gets priority, so he can get in his gigantic moose ram horns. And let's see what their kid's going to be, then go back to trying to breed Moose, who's proving to be kind of tricky about it. Taro, you look just like your deceased father. I'm losing so many of our elders. Look, the bones and the whiteness. Oh gosh, and this bird lingering overhead thinking it's going to get a meal. Not from my children, you won't. Let's see. So this little guy kind of looks just like his dad, and I want to name him after his dad. I'm going to name him Zoro, actually, because I think that's a really cool name. His name's Taro. I want to have something to honor Zune, so we're going to have Zoro. There we go. All right. And we have Hyla kind of as backup. I just noticed she doesn't have armored body, so I'm not going to give her a mate just yet. She's just going to kind of keep the H and C immunity genes safe for us. But all right, what we're really here for right now, and we're going to get these little ones up here, because I think they'll be curious about what all the hubbubaloo is happening up on top of the mountain, like what is the view from up here. And they'll come up and find themselves right next to where Nikki... Yes, Nikki! Thank goodness. You could just go ahead and smack a nest down right there. Yes, and Lana have fallen for this moose guy. And I think they'd be a little bit curious about what that's all about. And I think that he's pretty proud of himself. So he's just going to sit right up here and kind of have his own little territory that he can keep an eye on. All right, so they're finally going to have his children. They're probably not going to display the ram horns, unfortunately. So it's going to take a long time to integrate those in. And then Taida, you can go ahead and start exploring. We may have actually ended up, very, very luckily, with one of the best food sources on this side of the island, with our berry bushes and our 2 trees on this side. And as we spread around, we may find that food is going to become kind of important for us. All right, Riri, maybe that's why you were hanging out over here. Yeah, there's really not a lot of places to find many food sources, it seems like. All right, Anari, you can come over. And Lily, we'll send you down here and then back up there. I may go up. Let's see. All right, B and F. Actually, I don't think we have the F immunity. and H and K, G and K. Yeah, we've done a great job of keeping K in though. And Yaminka, unfortunately, he isn't able to, well, I guess because he swims and he has a, does he have any attack? But he doesn't have any fishing. So Yaminka can't really do anything with his super awesome gills. Maybe he can sit inside hot springs for a super long time with that. Tiger, you can go ahead and collect things. Sumi, yeah, a lot of my males are just kind of extra right now. I hate to say it, but it's true. Koana has finally wiggled her way over to her brand new tree where she can happily perch herself. Look, there's even a really cool nest over here. Maybe we'll send somebody down to have a baby over here later. All right, and we'll scooch Masila over and she can eat from these berries. There we go. And maybe Abir can help out with these nuts. And we'll let Tomomi kind of rest over here because he's about to pass away. All right, yeah, we hit that point where we have so many creatures again. Lacuna, you might come up as a potential mate. That the next stage of everything will mostly be letting all of our boys kind of wander around. They're kind of playing with each other and just sort of wrestling and gathering up all of this different grass. And Zun's checking in on his sisters. We'll probably keep some of their lines going to make sure that we keep the immunity genes healthy and flowing. But for the most part, we're gonna let Moose and his new little harem have lots and lots of children because what we need are his precious genes. All right, Mrs. Children are so cute. Look at his little daughter. I'm gonna name her Doe after a deer. Oh gosh, she's so precious. And does she have? Yes, we've got those horns. They are hiding inside of her immunity genes. And actually, look at that. Wonderful. She could actually take our new male right here, her half-brother, as unfortunate as it is, who we're gonna name... Let's see. We're gonna name him. Wow, you guys have given me a lot of girl names actually, and not so many boy names. We're gonna name him. Let's go with Takel. I like that one. So Takel and Doe actually do share healthy immunity genes. They don't have the same ones, so they could potentially have some healthy children that have the genes we want. But we're back to struggling to keep Armored Body Hammertail and the horns in. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably make a branch of the family, about half the family that we want to send, have the recessive big horns that we're after, these big guys that Moose has got. And then I think we will actually make sure that half the family remains pure-blooded, armored body, hammer-tailed, and we'll keep them going. I think that Zun is going to look for a lovely bride of his own very shortly, and we'll keep them like pure-blooded. We'll keep them with the really healthy immunity genes, healthy genes, and then we'll have a little segment of the family that will just try to tuck in the Megaloceros horns and the armored body and hammertail as much as possible into their genes. Darn it. And then we will be able to send those guys on to the next island. So I think that's going to be our main goal, is just to have like 2 of those slots taken up by some of the creatures who display the new gene as much as possible, and then 3 of them with the purebreds, and then we'll move them to the next island and just have to stop in probably an island or 2 and try to breed everything in real thoroughly again. But we'll also try to move kind of quickly on it compared to last time, now that we know the flow of how everything will go. And Emmy has just discovered a lovely nest over here, and for the most part it's really fun to have a whole bunch of our creatures who we don't have to worry about exploring at all. There's nothing on this island, so we think, that could possibly harm them after all, right? So now it's just a matter of making sure that they're happy and making sure we have some healthy babies. As soon as we get some more from Moose, we're gonna plop them over here and we will move on to the hard island and whatever challenges and hidden icy genes await us. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.